Destroying Russian air defense systems, especially those that are part of the integrated Russian air defense network, is extremely important for Ukraine. Ukrainian defense forces destroyed an S-300 surface-to-air missile system and a 9 S-36 target illumination and missile guidance radar of Russian forces in the Zaporizhzhia region. Petro Andriushchenko, head of the Center for the Study of Occupation, reported the strike. The damage occurred on the morning of September 3rd near the village of Oleksiyivka in the Polohivsky district. It is not yet clear which version of the S-300 was destroyed or what weapons were used. The 9 S-36 radar is part of Russia's Buk M2 and Buk M3 air defense systems. The 9 S-36 station, with an antenna mast extending up to 22 meters, can track and target aircraft flying at low and very low altitudes, including in wooded or rugged terrain. The mast, which can extend up to 21 meters, provides target illumination and missile guidance. The radar can track and engage up to 4 targets simultaneously at altitudes as low as 20 meters. On August 27th, Ukraine struck an S-300 division and aircraft at Russia's Baltimore airfield. As part of that strike, the 76 N6 radar station, which detects targets at high and medium altitudes, was destroyed, while the 30 N6 radar, used for guidance and illumination, was also hit. Another S-300 system was destroyed on August 20th by the members of the Lasars group. The latest strikes took place in the Russian-occupied part of the Zaporizhzhia region. And that's not all. Ukrainian defense forces likely struck 2 radar sites overnight: the South Navigation Radar System 1 and a site on the grounds of a former air defense base in Russia's Rostov region. NASA firm's data shows thermal signatures at both locations, suggesting fires. The South Navigatsiya Yuga Radar System 1 is part of the South Aeronavigatsiya Yuga branch in Rostov-on-Don. It plays a key role in southern Russia's air traffic management system, including aircraft detection and tracking, route coordination, flight radio support, aviation telecommunications, and satellite fixed communications. The station is part of a centralized air traffic control system considered strategically important for Russian aviation. The second strike targeted the grounds of a former air defense unit, Military Unit 65312, once home to the 1244 Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment, which operated S-300 PS systems in the 1990s. In 1997, the unit merged with the 584th Regiment and was relocated to Marino, Moscow region. Russian forces appear to have attempted to restore the base for use in the war against Ukraine. The site includes a radar station similar to the Radar System 1, likely serving the same functions. Warthog Defense previously reported that on August 12th, Ukraine's Special Operations Forces destroyed the Skala M radar station in occupied Crimea. The system is designed to control air traffic, including en routes and in approach zones, and has a range of up to 350 kilometers. Another important target is destroyed. FPV operators of the 77th Separate Airmobile Brigade spectacularly destroyed a Russian BM-21 Grad multi-launch rocket system. Destroying Russian Grad MLRS systems is crucial for Ukraine because these rocket launchers can strike multiple targets rapidly, causing massive destruction and civilian casualties. Eliminating them reduces artillery pressure on Ukrainian positions, protects towns and supply lines, and weakens Russia's ability to conduct large-scale attacks, giving Ukraine a strategic edge on the battlefield. Talking about dangerous jobs? Working! A Ukrainian sapper uses a sledgehammer to extract explosives from a Russian FAB bomb. Actually, there is no real danger here because without the fuse, removing the explosive is not hazardous. Trump is asked why his stance on Putin is all words and no action.
And I haven't done phase 2 yet or phase 3. But when you say there's no action, I think you ought to get yourself a new job, because if you remember 2 weeks ago I said if India buys, India's got big problems, and that's what happened. So don't tell me about that.
Mr. President, your message to Putin.
I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand, and He'll make a decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy. And if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen.
Ukraine is ramping up production of its Bodana howitzers, now turning out more than 30 units a month. To date, 345 wheeled and 100 towed versions have already been built domestically. Defense 24's Mariusz Marszałkowski reports that new variants are on the way. A 155mm Bodana mounted on South Korean or German chassis, with tracked options under consideration, and a model with a shorter 39 caliber barrel, designed to expand operational flexibility across varying battlefield conditions. Russia fired a ballistic missile at the humanitarian demining mission, which was carrying out demining work on the outskirts of Chernihiv. Dmytro Brzezinski, head of the Chernihiv military administration, reported. The missile attack took place at 14:55 near the checkpoint at the entrance to the village of Novoselivka, located on the northern outskirts of the city. He later clarified that as of 4 p.m., 2 people were reported dead. 3 were injured and are being treated. The Ukrainian monitoring resource Monitor reported flights of reconnaissance drones near Chernihiv, followed by the launch of one Iskander-M ballistic missile. When Putin met with Kim Jong-un, he thanked North Korea for sending troops to support Russian forces in the Kursk region, praising their role in our joint fight with modern neo-Nazism. This is part of Russia's deliberate strategy to frame its war of aggression against Ukraine as a continuation of the sacred struggle against Nazism. By invoking the Nazi label, the Kremlin strips its opponents of moral legitimacy, depicts Ukrainians as subhuman enemies, and portrays Russia as the heroic defender of civilization.
Merz even agreed that he is already at war with Russia. I keep waiting for him to say so. Will now oust and demand the destruction of all these. In general, of course, so he's some kind of caricature character. There's something about him. You just want to give him a helmet, maybe? A little suit, a little machine gun. It feels like he's straight out of some Kukriniksi caricature. That's how they depicted caricature Nazis. And again, it's good that there are different people among the German people. There are also true anti-fascists. We will help them free themselves from the oppression of German Nazis, and we will help them too. Are we waiting for them to acknowledge our role in the victory over Nazism?
For them, Nazism is a natural part of their culture. Hitler is the pinnacle of everything that German culture has been moving towards since Luther. Anti-Semitism, a sincere belief in their own exclusivity, and what? Was France any different?
Did we liberate Europe from Nazism? We made them pretend that Nazism was foreign to them. They are now returning to their nature.
Or any other countries?
The destruction of this worthless statehood is not a malicious plan. It is simply the liberation of lands that have no relation to these Nazi regimes and the restoration of the rights of Russian-speaking people.
But for now I am saying
there is nothing malicious here.
Well,
The concentration camp in Germany got so out of hand that it couldn't be stopped. It constantly threatened Russia, saying it would never surrender. I remember in Germany's history, there were already figures who weren't required to surrender. They simply ended their own lives. Therefore,
Probably.
yes, that is, we are completely indifferent to whether they surrender or not. Hands up, Nazi scum. The collective West has stopped being shy.
There were a lot of Nazis. Europe was Nazi, and therefore their descendants happily surfaced. Friedrich Merz, Annalena Baerbock, Salome Zurabichvili, Chrystia Freeland. Different countries, a common history.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.